Hello guys, today we're going to be talking about the April 26 update details. I thought they'd be released later, so I'm going to be doing this fast and I'll start videos later on. So first of all, thanks to Hyas for posting them up. I'm going to do a fast overview and then I'm going to go in detail. New Dark Player, he sounds very interesting with his Reflex 90% buff and some cool skills. The Ardor one, also pretty cool. Some nice attack buff over time, who also gives her some value. We got a new PvP season reward. I don't actually find him that great, but is always situational. Minions, Rashka, Wormwind got an E, who's pretty damn good. We got Cash and Love, who also got a pretty decent E and some big changes to her kit. Bunch of skins. I'll talk about the draws later. Just skip to whatever you want to see on the screen. And then we've got a few changes and a big ass balance to Legends, where I'll be looking over in detail. Also, there's some changes I don't agree with, but we'll go down at a deal. So first, we got the new Dark Player. So what is his name? He's called Black Horns. Actually, I can pronounce it for once. I'm happy about that. I don't know why he's called Black Horns, because he actually has no horns, but he looks cool. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Ace, Nimpo. Increase attack power 30%, counter attack resistance 20% of dark players. Yeah, I won't be using that. Skill, Shadow Binding 2 strategy, decrease the enemy team's action speed for 50% by 30%. Now that right there, that is a really cool active, and of course at E is gonna be 40%. Kevin style, we know how Dark really rolls on the debuffs. Pretty good active right there. Passive. Decrease the critical rate and reflex of enemy within the position by 20%. Hopefully this gets increased, but this will have great synergy with the following skills. Also, you should know that Dark is known for decreases, but it's good that it's not on movement because that's what most of them are, so that's kind of annoying because they lose when you die. Increase reflex by 70%. I swear to God, that's higher than a legend. And recover 20% spirit with an attacker when being attacked. Really good, especially the spirit gen for moving. That's some really nice stuff. Recover 30% action bar of allies on the vertical line with a counter attack. So this means you really got to work on the reflex, which is what Dark's pretty good at. Ideally, lower his attack power the most you can to just be sure you can reflex. And if you're able to reflex, recovery 30% is just insane as the equivalent of a Beth active, but it's on a vertical line. So it could affect directly your striker if you position him correctly. So his kit sounds very interesting. Just can you work with it? And of course, I'm sure the E is going to be affecting Trickling Shadows, passing it to like 30%. That's the most obvious E that he could get. New boss character, Na Yan Ho. Okay, so I'm guessing that's what we're getting next week. Increase attack power 35%, critical resistance by 30% of Ardor players. Not great either. Increase team's attack power and defense by 20%. Not the greatest. Attack power 35% for 15 minutes with every attack. Accumulates 3 times. I mean, it sounds cool, but what's her position? You know, that's what's going to define if this skill has value. Since it's a leader, it's not really a striker, so it could be good, it could be bad. Against it's a stacker. If she dies, she loses it. Passive 2, Expanding Sand. Decrease the damage of enemy within the position by 20% of an attack. The high damage will become less effective every time you use it. And that sounds very interesting. Again, it does decrease, so you can't spam it to do certain ass comps that I love to run in COT. But yeah, it sounds again interesting. If I get her, I might just use her for this one skill. Passive free, swift respawn, increase action speed and reflex of allies within the position. So overall, she does sound interesting, but there's no survival and there's no personal survival. So where exactly would you be placing her? Because she's not going to be able to play in the reflex meta. And in backline, she's taking a spot that's given to survival. And frontline, she's not buffing the striker. So again, it's one of those issues where I don't really see where you would want to use her outside of special strategies. New PvP season reward. So again, that means you're going to have to wait around 40 days to get this guy. Ace, Follower of God, Pass Effect, Max Life. That's actually pretty decent for once. Active, Pass. Recover the action bar by 100%. So it's the Pass. Increase Pass Effect 30% and targets attack power 45%. I mean, crit rate, any other thing than attack power would have been great, but I guess some strikers do need it. Why not? Passive 1, recover 40% of life with a pass. Okay, I mean, no one says no. Maybe Spirit would have been cool too, though. Increase attack power by 25%, critical rate by 25% of allies within position. So yeah, he's saying he's a forward passer. I mean a front passer. Attack power, critical rate 25 though is kind of low. Oath of Light, increase action speed and 20% and action speed by 20%, pass effect by 20%. He sounds cool, but he just doesn't excel at anything and would be already overshadowed by a lot of the current players. Even Scylla can totally blow him out of the water. So, sounds cool, just not going to be used. His ace is cool, though. New people, we don't know what they do, so that's fine. Well, we know with their minions, but we don't know what specific thing they give. Now, let's talk about EE. Jade Rashka sounds really damn good. Increase reflex and critical rate by 60% for 10 minutes, that's fine. And Spirit of Harmony, increase the attack power by 20, has been changed to 40 and 35% reflexes. We know the rule is it needs to at least be 30. 35 seems damn cool. Attack power increase. This does make her viable in my opinion. Again, depends what you're running, depends where you're playing her, how you're playing her. But I do think this makes her very viable as a Wyrmwind unit. I'm not going to use her because I'm light dark, but I could have given her a try. Now, Cash and Love. I don't like this EE because, well, it's Thunder, and I hate Thunder. But let's go down. Forward pass, recover action bar, receiving pass effect, increase 10, 5%. That's normal. It's a forward passer. Now, a lot of changes. Small bed will be changed at level 5. Increase reflex of allies by 20% for 7 minutes with a 50% chance with an action accumulates up to 3 times. Whew. So, yeah, she needs to move to stack it. It can be strong if stacked correctly. And now it's changed to recover 20% spirit with 50% chance when allies within the position makes an action. Now this is clearly enough, but a nerf, but again, spirit is cool. Like if you have her in midline and people penetrate, it will give you spirit right there. So there's a lot of value in a way when you do that. Now let's see how they kind of balance that out. Dead or Alive 1 and Dead or Alive 2 have been changed. A decrease incoming damage by 70% or 50% chance when being attacked. Decrease incoming damage by 70% chance. And increase the attack power by 50% chance with a chance when being attacked. I mean, it's above, but it's nothing that really matters to a passer. Passive High Roll will be replaced with Risk and Return at Extreme Evolution. High Roll, increase the ally team's critical rate by 20% for centimeter with 50% chance of a pass. Risk and Return, increase the allies team's critical rate, pass effect, and reflex by 0 for pass. So again, it's not, this part, the 20% reflex here just got stuck here. So that's not a law, it's not lost anywhere. They did give a bonus 20% pass effect here, and they gave her a percent of attack power here. So I gotta say there's no more condition to stack this, making it kind of very valuable. Because again, no condition. There was a condition, and that's why she used to be trash. So I do think she's now viable. Again, it depends how you build her, what you build her, and I do not, as always, like the 50% chance, because DR 70% is really damn good, but a 50%, I don't know, lowering it and removing the chance might have been cooler. It's up to you, Thunder people, but I do agree that this, again, solves her major issue. Now, premium skins, Erika, I mean, it actually looks pretty good. Not a fan. Thunder. Yes, I hate Thunder. Just live with it. Now, who should draw on Wet Week? Erika, Ire, Cash and Love, Latios, Blackhorn, Duran, Jibril. So this is like basically the best week if you're Rainbow, because Duran, Jibril, let's be honest, they broken. Dark could get Blackhorns if they're interested in him, and unless you're one of those 2 groups, don't go for it. Okay, duel with Dark too, but duels usually don't need someone like Blackhorn. Then the following week, we're going to have Leah, Kiki, Glade, Black Ivy, Malcolm, Vonchi, Alios. Not a good idea if you're Rainbow. Light usually needs Vonchi as striker because it's the only good striker, really. So you could go for Vonchi. I know people are going to say like Latios. And anyway, then we have Alios, Wyrmwind Legendary. Pretty damn good. I do like the nerf that's coming up to her, so I'm going to talk about that in a minute. If you're Wyrmwind, you could try Go, plus it has Kiki, who's in the requirement. And if you're Thunder, well, you need Glade. Just get her. Believe me, it's totally worth it. Unless you're one of these groups, don't draw, because the rest can all be found in Scout, and they're not even that great. I mean, I do love Malcolm. I'm not going to change that. But, you know. Features. Chimeras is Classic Star, meaning you can get her from Scout, player tickets, boxes. Okay. Matches again here have been added, meaning like I was saying, the Ardor will be next week. Skill description of the passive of QRamram, Shaman Light, and the Prestige Dark have been modified. I don't understand what was the problem with Yuan Ryan. I'll go check that after it's been put up. As long as it doesn't change the effect, I'm good. I understood how it worked. Balance. Elios, yes. Finally, the nerf we've all been waiting for. It's even better than I thought it would be, to be honest. So, the effect of Fate of Immortal and Natural Bone Talent have been lowered. All they didn't lower the values. They lowered the timer, who's much better because playing with the values would still be annoying because people keep getting rezzed in backline. But playing with the timer means it takes even longer to affect the backline. 4 minutes, let's be honest, that's a pretty good damn time, especially in endgame. I think it's 4 minutes. I could have shot 2-3 times. The other dude could have shot me 2-3 times. We've gone back and forth 5-6 times. It's pretty damn good. And if I've used Celestia active, I'm just walking on sunshine. So yeah, I'm honestly very happy about this. It doesn't break her, it doesn't make her bad, but it does really solve the fact that she would keep the backline immortal constantly. Of course, you can always just use goddamn shoot to do that. Don't remind me of his existence. Now, the second pain in our ass of Revive was Gibberell. And they've changed something I know isn't completely clear, so I'm going to go down and explain my understanding of it. Again, let's wait to be able to test it. Previously, when a ally within the position passes the ball, allies located in the vertical line of Gibberell recover 20%, allows to have 30% of spirit. They gotta make smaller skills. Now it's been allies in the vertical line of Gibberell recover 20% of lost life, 30% of spirit, when an ally currently in the assigned position makes a pass. Now, the reason they're doing this is because there's a bunch of cheese-ass comps who are a pain to deal with, who are causing problems, especially with our sanctuary thing. So the idea here is it works exactly the same, except whoever penetrates and brings the ball front and makes a pass, because that's how it works, unless they use an active, it will not trigger Gibberell's skill. So that means in your front line, you got your striker, another player, and Gibberell, and if Gibberell's dead, the other player who has to make a pass, or Gibberell won't even revive. I do honestly think it's totally legit, and they should have done that even a while ago. But okay, this is a nice little nerf right here, because it's true that it's annoying that Gibberell was always alive. And I mean, you didn't even need a Celestia, Metatron, or something bullshitty midline for that. Presti, do I feel sad when I hear she's getting a nerf again? I still don't. I run Vanchi, please. Nerf that the way the speed down works. That's all I honestly want, but nerf something else. Duration and cooldown of active skill. Clockwork of Purification will be modified at EE. Clockwork of Purification removes the active debuff effect when you get attacked, still as broken as it always is, and recover 30% of the lost life for 8 minutes. Active 2 times and cooldown 12 minutes. That means that even if you activate it, and you don't use it twice, you still got 4 minutes without it active. Who honestly is gonna hurt the shit out of you. I mean, I'm not saying no. This really is going to help me in League. And it's gonna help a lot of other people. So just keep this going, man. Keep this going. This is great. So no, I'm totally down for this. Bell Thunder. Now this is what I gotta say. This is when they decided to buff people who she needed. We're not questioning that. Now, is the buff too strong, too weak? It depends how you're using her. What they did was they changed her active, decreased the action speed and attack power of enemy team for 15 minutes by 25%. So it's been changed to decrease the action speed and defense of the enemy team by 25% for 12 minutes. The 12 is important because you lost 3 minutes right there. There's a reason why. Now, action speed hasn't been changed. So they changed attack power to defense. Again, it doesn't feel like they want you to use her in midline, and the skills they're really trying to push you to use her not in backline, they're pushing you to use her in midline. So defense, on top of it, for anyone who knows what co-op defense is, it lowers the chances of that, and we've all been triggered by it. So it's not bad, and they reduce the cost to 1 bar instead of 1.5, who, if it's a loss of like 3 minutes, but the cooldown's also affected by it, so it's not even really a loss, it's worth it in my opinion. Now, Unavoidable Destiny, again, they're really pushing you to use her in midline. They've changed the condition of activation. It's 70% reducing incoming damage by 20% for women with being attacked. So now it's with an attack or when being attacked. I mean, it's okay. It's fine. It's not that big a deal. I just don't think it's that valuable. Midline, it can help, but you're not really supposed to have her being attacked because she doesn't have that much survival. It's okay. Again, I really do think the active's the bacon in this, and this is just a nice little buff. Now, Beth, aka the legend I've had since week 3, and I've benched a month ago now. Active cooldown will be added to passive skill Onward and change. Wait, an additional activation condition. Yeah, okay. Onward, increase attack power by 30%, recover the action bar of allies within the position with affinity, we don't care. Charge, okay, the one we all know. Attack power 80%, action bar of team 10% of penetration. Now it's been removed to with an attack. You don't want to address the fact that she's super slow. Her reflex thing is based on stacks who get lost very fast, and she's weak and has no action bar gen, and you think that increasing the ways that she stacks when she never moves is a good idea? I'm just saying, do they ever play the game themselves? Anyway, she will remain benched. But for people using her, you just got a really nice buff for PvE. PvP, I'm still not seeing it, but you know, they tried. I know they don't want to make broken players, but this is just disgusting. I mean, look at Shu. He gives 20%, and that's just in backline. Giving us on attack, it's nothing, really. Now, Erika, okay, I mean, why not? I don't remember why she's with the Legends, but okay. Erika's squad bonus will be changed. Well, that actually happens. The effect of active skills, blah, blah, blah. Please increase the pass effect and decrease the inflicted damage. Increase inflicted damage. Recover 50% of damage received from player collision for 10 minutes. Can revive the player becomes unable to move because of incoming damage. What does player collision? That means when being attacked? I don't fully understand what this means. So I can't really say anything about it. Increase pass effect 40%, increase inflicted damage to increase critical resistance and reflex. Okay. Increase pass effect by 40%, reflex 30, decreasing damage by increase critical resistance, reflex, and incoming damage. Yeah, okay, they're removing the pass effect everywhere. That's completely fine. She sounds interesting, but again, we gotta see how it looks down. And I'm honestly interested in knowing what this means. Player collision. Does that mean being attacked? Does that mean when she attacks someone, when there's a co-op defense? It's unclear. Bugs fix. Understanding the Galaxy League season reward have been sent to some user more than once. Gear will be retrieved. Yeah, I know a friend who got the season reward 5 times. Good luck retrieving it because he bought a legend, but that's fine. If user hasn't collected a frame box, then collector will be removed from its inbox. If user has collected a frame box, the crystal damage will be retrieved from the user's account. The user has introduced damage. So the ring will be collected via the following maintenance until all exceptions have been retrieved. People, you should know by now. We're gonna burn everything right before maintenance. It's just a dumb idea to do this to us, but okay. Like, they gotta stop doing mistakes. Gold compensation for the arrow. The Spirit Stone power cost discount will occur during April 15th. 11 minutes? Really? Okay, I mean, yeah, it's not cool for them. 20% of the gold for Spirit during the period will be above will be setting. It will be based on the default guild cost. Spirit Stone power-ups. Okay, just like don't mess up events again. I don't know what to say when I see this thing happen over and over and over. Description of the crystal roll given on player book completion has been modified previously. Get crystals by completing the player book. Change to get crystals by completing the first line of the player book. So people weren't understanding what a line with a crystal on the right side meant. I'm again not getting how this was a problem, but I'm guessing some people got lost. I know translation can be really bad in this game, so maybe that was it. I'm not seeing it. So just again to go back on the Beth, please increase her speed or change her stacking skill because both of them. There's no point in you giving her in any way a buff to on action. Now she has 2 skills on action who require an action, which she's not going to be doing because she's one of the slowest players ever. But PB for you guys. So I hope this helps you guys have a basic understanding of what the patch knows. Sorry it took long. There was just a lot of content. Have a good day, guys.